All right, I'd like to call this organizational meeting to order. Start off with the acknowledgement statement. The City of Lethbridge acknowledges that we are gathered on the lands of the Blackfoot people of the Canadian Plains and pays respect to the Blackfoot people past, present, and future, while recognizing and respecting their cultural heritage, beliefs, and relationship to the land. The City of Lethbridge is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. Madam Clerk, if we can please do a roll call.
Thank you, Mayor Higgin. Councillor Campbell?
I'm here.
Councillor Carlson?
Present.
Councillor Croson?
Here.
Councillor Dodick?
Present.
Councillor Middleton Hope?
Present.
Councillor Palladino? Present. Councillor Parker?
Here.
Councillor Schmidt-Rempel?
Present.
Mayor Higgin.
Present.
All present, thank you.
Thank you. So the adoption of the agenda. Number 2, can I have a motion for the adoption of the agenda? Councillor Middleton Hope, seconded by Councillor Ryan Parker. All in favor? Any opposed? So carries. Number 3, 3.1, City Clerk 2022 Council and Standing Policy Committee meeting calendar. I think we've all had the opportunity to have a look through that calendar. Is there any questions on that? Being none, can I have a motion to adopt the recommendation that's in front of us? Councillor Campbell, seconded by Councillor Schmidt-Rempel. All in favor? Any opposed? So carries. Right. I have a motion arising here. Councillor Parker, regarding the 2021 calendar that has been provided to the City Clerk. Would you like me to read that, or? Please do. All right. Be it resolved that Council amend the 2021 Council and Standing Policy Committee calendar by moving the November 16th, 2021 Council meeting to a date earlier, November 15th, 2021, based on the needs of the new Council in order to travel on November 16th, the Alberta Urban Municipalities Association, AUMA, conference in Edmonton. Councillor Parker.
Well, I thank you, Mr. Mayor, and just obviously for logistics, it would just only be fitting if we did change it, and I would just ask for council support.
Any questions? Seeing no questions, all in favor? Any opposed? So carries. Next, 3.2. City Clerk, Deputy Mayor, and Acting Mayor Schedule 2021 to 2025. Is there any questions on that? I'm sure we've had the opportunity to have a look at that. And if it's on the screen, Ryan, or if that's, I'm sure we've all had the opportunity to have a look. Is any questions on that? What you've seen? Was passed around? No. If not, can I have a motion for someone to adopt the recommendation before us? Councillor Schmidt-Rempel, seconded. Councillor Middleton Hope, all in favor? Any opposed? So carries. No seconders for that. All right. I'm glad you seconded. This is my first rodeo. All right. 3.3, administration appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. Had the opportunity as well to have a look at this, and we want to know if anybody has any questions on 3.3, appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. Questions? Any debate? If not, can I have a motion for someone to accept the recommendation? Councillor Dodick, all in favor? Any opposed? So carries. Number 4, closed meeting reports. 4.1, City Council appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. Under FOIP Section 24, had the opportunity to get the appointments here. 4.1. If there's any questions? Seeing no questions, any debate? Seeing none, Could I have a motion from someone to adopt the recommendation as laid out before?
Can you scroll, Ryan, so everybody can see it? And you just might want to take a minute.
Okay.
to review.
Now that we've had another chance to have a look at it, any questions?
Just debate.
Councillor Parker? Oh, debate. Councillor Parker?
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and just so the community knows and our viewers, on an annual basis, we do an organizational meeting such as this to decide what members of council will sit on committees, commissions, and boards. And this is just a one-year opportunity, and each year, as I said earlier, that we will be revisiting it, but quite often you may actually stay on your committee over time. This will give members of council an opportunity to become a little more knowledgeable in that area, and there'll be representatives from our council onto these boards, commissions, and boards. So I just want to thank them for doing their due diligence, finding the committees that kind of worked with their scheduling as well as with their interests, and hoping that they'll learn a lot as well when they sit on these boards. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that explanation, Councillor Parker. And now that we've had a look at it, have a motion to accept as presented. Councillor Palladino, all in favor? Any opposed? One opposed. So carries. I'll move on to closed meeting 4.2. Ratification of organizational representation, members of boards, commissions, and committees. 4.2. Be it resolved that council direct closed meeting discussions, reports, documents, and attachments with respect to the ratification of organizational representation members on boards, commissions, and committees 2022 remain confidential pursuant to section 17, harmful to personal privacy, 19, confidential evaluations, and 24, advice from officials of the Freedom and Information and Protection of Privacy Act. And further be resolved that council ratify the following organizational representative members on council's boards, commissions, and committees, BCCs, commencing January 1st, 2022 as follows. Barb Grodzitsky, Lethbridge and District Humane Society representative on the Animal Welfare Committee for a two-year term expiring on December 31st, 2023. Anastasia Burr-Wildman, the NOCA representative on the Animal Welfare Committee for a two-year term expiring on December 31st, 2023. Jackie French, Southern Alberta Ethnic Association representative on the Heart of the City Committee for a term to the Southern Alberta Ethnic Association's discretion. Dominika Wojcik, Chamber of Commerce representative of the Heart of the City Committee for a term to the Chamber of Commerce's discretion. Mike Procu, Economic Development Lethbridge representative on the Heart of the City Committee for a term to the Economic Development Lethbridge discretion. Lana Van Genderen, Lethbridge School District 51 representative on the Youth Advisory Council for a two-year term expiring on December 31st, 2023. Amanda Dang, Lethbridge School District 51 representative of the Youth Advisory Council for a two-year term expiring December 31st, 2023. Ryan Lindblad, University of Lethbridge's Students' Union representative on the Youth Advisory Council for a two-year term expiring on December 31st, 2023. Kayla Campbell, Lethbridge College Students Association representative on the Youth Advisory Council for a two-year term expiring December 31st, 2023. Elaine Creighton, Lethbridge Indigenous Sharing Network Representative on the Reconciliation Lethbridge Advisory Committee for a 3-year term expiring on December 31st, 2024. Hank Shade, Lethbridge Indigenous Sharing Network Representative on the Reconciliation Lethbridge Advisory Committee for a 3-year term expiring on December 31st, 2024. Melanie Morrow, Lethbridge School District 51 Representative on the Reconciliation Lethbridge Advisory Committee for a 2-year term expiring on December 31st, 2023. And further be resolved that Council dissolve of the following committees: Community Design Committee, Ambulance Transition Oversight Committee, and Task Force on Crime Reduction. Any questions? No questions? Debate? Seeing no debate, I have a motion.
Mayor Higgins, sorry, my hand was up.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the screen. I'm so sorry. Councillor
Oh, no.
Carlson, go ahead.
No problem. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think it should be pointed out the reason we're recommending dissolution of those 3 committees. I don't know if Ms. Hilford wants to take us through, or if you wanted to explain.
I can do that. For the 3 committees, the Community Design Committee has not met in the last 10 months, especially since the standing policy committees were put into place. So the business that usually goes to Community Design has now gone to the Civic Works Committee, Standing Policy Committee. With regards to the ambulance transition, that has not met in 3 years, so its mandate has been met. And with the task force, the community...
Task Force on Crime Reduction.
That committee was established, but no members were ever appointed to that committee. And that's been in place for 6-8 months now. So we're recommending that it be dissolved.
Excellent. Thank you, Ms. Hilford.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Carlson. That's a great point. As I was looking through here, Task Force on Crime Reduction, it's yes, we will continue with that. It just goes through a different committee. So thank you for that question. Any further questions, debate? Hearing none, I have a motion to accept as presented. 4.2, Councillor Middleton Hope. All in favor? Any opposed? It's unanimous.
Again, before we adjourn, I just wanted to say that at today's organizational meeting, we had 3 of the 4 components that were appointed to the boards, committees, and commission, that being council reps, or council appointments, organizational representatives, administrative representatives. The public member representatives, members, will be appointed probably at the December 14th, maybe the November 30th, but most likely the December 14th meeting of council. Thank you.
My understanding, most of these, the process will be taking place over the next few weeks, and interviews, etc.
That's correct. Shortlisting and interviews by council and the chairs and vice chairs of those respective committees will take place over the next few weeks. The reason for the lateness this year is because of an election.
There has been that question out there, but of course, yes, being that it's a little different year this year with the election, that will be a little bit later. So thank you for that explanation. And with that, we come to the adjournment. Hereby declare this meeting adjourned.